At some point, everyone involved reaches the same thought. Not panic, not fear, just a quiet realization. This wasn't worth it. It doesn't happen at the beginning. That's when curiosity feels exciting. You feel smart, like you found a corner of the world others missed. It doesn't happen in the middle either. That part still feels manageable, like a game with rules you can learn. It happens at the end, when the novelty is gone, when nothing feels impressive anymore. The motivation has vanished. The interest has faded. The thrill has disappeared completely. And the reason you even started, it just feels embarrassing in hindsight. You look back and wonder what you were thinking. Only the consequences stayed behind. Most people assume consequences are loud. They think they arrive immediately, like a bill in the mail. They don't. They wait. They stack up quietly in the background. They age like old files in a forgotten folder, which makes them so much harder to explain later. You try to recount the steps, and it sounds absurd even to you. It's like trying to explain a dream. Nothing dramatic needs to happen for this shift to occur. There are no sirens, no big confrontation, no single moment that feels like a movie scene you can point to. It's just subtle changes, 1,000 tiny paper cuts you didn't notice until you saw the bleeding. You know the feeling. It starts small. Your accounts behave differently. Recommendations get a little too specific. Messages feel heavier, loaded with subtext. The silences in a conversation become noticeable, thick with things unsaid. That's when the realization hits. Stopping doesn't reset anything. You can't just undo your way back to the start. The internet is very good at remembering. Not everything, of course. Just enough. Enough context to make things awkward. Enough history to paint a picture you didn't consent to. Enough of a pattern for others and for algorithms to feel uncomfortable around you. People always tell themselves they can walk away cleanly. It's a comforting lie. Just close the tab, delete the app, move on. Simple. That logic works offline, mostly. You can leave a party. You can change your phone number online. That's just optimistic. It's like thinking you can unring a bell. What follows isn't a disaster. It's not the catastrophe you might have worried about. It's just inconvenience. A low-grade, persistent inconvenience that lingers like a bad smell. It's questions without good answers. It's explanations that never quite sound convincing, no matter how you phrase them. This is where regret becomes practical. It stops being an emotion and becomes an administrative task, a series of chores. It's you late at night, trying to undo things that were never meant to be undone. You're navigating privacy settings that feel like a labyrinth, deleting old posts, untagging photos, trying to scrub a digital footprint that has set in concrete. The strange part is how small it all looks in retrospect. The effort you put in, the risk you took, the time you spent, none of it feels proportional to what remains. You traded hours, days, weeks, for a feeling that now just feels empty. People expect regret to feel intense, like a punch to the gut. It doesn't. It feels dull, persistent, annoyingly reasonable. You know that feeling when you realize you stayed way too long at a party you never wanted to be at in the first place. It's exactly like that. The most uncomfortable thought isn't what if something bad happens. It's not about the worst-case scenario. The truly haunting question is, why did I ever think this mattered? And that question doesn't go away easily, because there's no satisfying answer. There's no single villain or one big mistake. It was just a sequence of small decisions that, at the time, made a strange kind of sense. This is the part no one ever warns you about. Not the danger, not the risk, but the quiet, profound emptiness that comes after it's all over. Nothing you gained feels permanent. Nothing you lost feels temporary. And that imbalance is what sticks with you. It's the final receipt for all your efforts. Most paths don't end dramatically. They don't end with a bang. They end quietly, with someone sitting alone, staring at a screen, realizing the outcome doesn't even come close to justifying the journey. This wasn't a story about technology. It was about people, curiosity, confidence, and the moment everyone reaches eventually. This wasn't worth it. End of files.